This is Roger Struckoff with Syscon TV at the first day of Cloud Expo East in New York in the year 2016, and we're joined right now by Flint Brenton with CollabNet. And welcome, thank you. And I think we're going to talk about app development.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. It's a great crowd. It's a beautiful evening here in New York.
It is.
And delighted to meet with you.
Thank you. So what do you guys do? Why should the people who are watching this care about you and your company and app development?
Well, we are a well-established player in the application lifecycle management market. We also have a very strong version control product around two primarily market-leading technologies, both Subversion, which is a centralized approach to version control, and Get. We have a product called Get for the Enterprise, which is a very robust distributed version control product. And now we're also adding a DevOps component, so we've got a three-legged platform, application lifecycle management, which is strong in both agile development as well as waterfall. Where we have a robust version control solution around Subversion and Get, and now we're delivering a three-prong approach to DevOps, and deliver that all as a cloud-based service.
Okay, now with the DevOps stuff, that kind of is intriguing to me. Is this a lot of companies learn from their customers? They're telling them this is what we need. Where did that come from? And is it sort of the DevOps? Sort of the dev side, I mean, that's driving this, or, you know, along with that, what role are the ops people playing?
Well, it's a great question. So, as you probably have heard from many of your constituents, agile development is the fastest growing component of software development. Yes. So you can't really get the full ROI out of agile development unless you've got the ability to put builds into production in a very disciplined and rapid manner. So that's the whole premise behind DevOps. Taking builds and getting them into production, getting them turned on so you can start to receive the R in the ROI. Without DevOps, it's tough to get enjoy the full promise of agile development.
But the dev guys, the dev part seems to like it. How about the ops side?
Well, it's a great question. So there is an emerging cultural shift in application development teams where typically in the past, particularly with waterfall development, they would build a product, test it, wouldn't really have a need to get a whole lot of involvement during the development process on the part of application operations folks. And then they could do a handoff after a significant amount of time of testing a build in a test environment, and when they felt like it was ready, they'd do the handoff to operations, and that was it. Now it's a much more interactive, collaborative effort, which requires communication, shared process, shared technology to get the outcomes people are looking for on the agile side.
You know, with a company name like CollabNet, I mean, you're obviously in favor of collaboration. How much do you sort of guide your customers as far as culturally, in addition to technically?
That's a great question. So we do have a strong element of collaboration in our development model. So typically a CollabNet customer is going to be a Fortune 1000 company. We're totally focused on the enterprise that have distributed development teams all over the world. So in order to guide them, share information, act as a team, in executing a series of processes at the direction of a Scrum Master, you have to communicate. So having collaboration in our backbone of our development plan is essential to effective and rapid collaboration, particularly when people are working at different times, different time zones, whether it's in US, Europe, or India, Asia Pacific. Collaboration and communication are critical to success.
How do they find you? What's your URL?
www.collabnet.com or www.collab.net.
That's beautiful. And this is not going away. You're just at the start of this. I think it's going to be a glorious age. So thank you much for joining us. And
my pleasure.
Thanks for watching. For Syscon TV, this is Roger Struckoff.